All right, welcome back. Module 22, Sales Systems and Deal Flow. So this is all about designing a sales engine that turns opportunities into revenue. So we're going to be talking about real pipelines, real qualification, and real closes. This is your sales engine. By now you have traffic from Module 19, content and messaging from Module 20, and conversion systems from 21. So you've got people coming. This is about making sure we close them and then and expand the amount of revenue that we can get from each one of those closes. That's going to be your sales engine. Marketing generates awareness. Conversion captures intent. And then sales turns intent into revenue. Sales is where those decisions get made. It's where objections get handled. It's where deals are won or lost. Everything we cover today is built to be repeatable, not heroic. We are building a system, not relying on luck. So before we build the system, let's be precise about what a sales system actually is. A sales system is a structured, repeatable process for moving someone from interest to customer. That can include pipeline stages, qualification, communication, follow up, giving a demo, tracking them, feedback loops. There's no universal sales method. There's a lot of them. I've been trained on all of them. Your system has to match your product, your pricing, your sales cycles, your CAC targets, and your customer behavior, and which platform you're actually getting the best ROI on, which campaigns you're getting the best performance on. And you have to be adaptable as these things continue to change and evolve. SaaS tends to be demo driven and multi touch. Services run on relationships and trust. E-commerce wants minimal friction and fast decision making. Enterprise is a long cycle with multiple stakeholders. Pick the shape that fits how you actually sell, not the one that you read about. A sales system is a repeatable process built around your specific product, pricing, and buyer. It's not a one size fits all script. There's no universal method, but the best frameworks all share a common backbone. So let's borrow it. The top systems, Sandler, Miller Heiman, Carnegie, strategic selling, they all emphasize the same things. Understand the customer, ask better questions, qualify properly, build trust, guide the decision. We take the best of all of them into one backbone. Understand, qualify, guide, close, expand. That's your five-stage backbone. Let's say it again. Understand, that's how we make sure that that we're a good fit for them. Qualify that they're a good fit for us, guide them through the process, close them, and then expand them. Expand meaning we get more services from them, we sell them more products, we ask them for referrals. It's about getting sticky. Your full process sits under that backbone: prospecting, lead qualification, opportunity development, presentation or demo, objection handling, negotiation, closing, follow up, retention, referral. All of those things fall in those five categories. So memorize the five steps. They give you a piece to stand on. I'm sorry, they give you a place to stand on every deal. The backbone only works if it matches how the customer actually buys. So let's map it. This is one of the most important concepts. Your sales process must match how your customer actually buys. The customer journey runs awareness, interest, evaluation, then decision making, then a post purchase. Do they feel happy that they bought, or are they regretting it? Your steps need to track those stages. Every purchase has two layers: the logical layer, they ask, does this make sense? And then the emotional layer, does this feel right? You have to address both. Bring the data and the ROI for the logical side, and then bring the trust and confidence for the emotional side. Sales works best when it feels like helping, not pushing. Match your process to how the customer buys, answer both the logical and the emotional question on every deal, and you'll see it becomes a much more simple, less friction process. Before you spend energy guiding anyone, you have to know who's actually a real deal. So that's qualification, and it's the heart of this module. So qualification is the critical skill. The core question is simple. Is this worth pursuing? Not every lead deserves equal attention. Look for four things: a real problem, an urgency, ability to buy. They're either have enough money, they've got enough time to commit to the decision making process. That's, they have influence on their organization, or they have, and that's the fourth one, decision authority. So again, real problem, urgency, ability to buy, and decision authority. Get clear on your terms. A lead is a potential contact. An opportunity is a qualified active deal that you're pursuing. And then a customer is closed business. If those four boxes aren't checked, it's a lead, not an opportunity. Treat it accordingly. Second thing we're going to talk about under qualification is signals versus noise. And we're going to talk happy years. Real signals are specific questions, timeline clarity, budget awareness, genuine engagement. Weak signals are things like they're just exploring, it's vague interest, they have no sense of urgency. Watch out for happy years. Founders tend to hear what they want to hear. Sounds interesting, and maybe later we'll think about it. Those are not buying signals. The second best answer to a yes is a fast no. It saves time and it sharpens focus. It also helps you improve your messaging. You don't want to waste time with people who are wishy-washy. You want the fast yes or a fast no. Your pipeline is your revenue engine. So that's the third thing we're going to talk about: pipeline and the actual math. The basic structure here is leads, qualified, proposal, negotiation, closed. You're going to lose 10 to 30% at each one of those layers, depending on your industry, of course. That can depend upon industry, product, etc. But generally speaking, you're going to lose a good chunk at each one of those stages. That's why it's called a funnel, because as it's shaped to neck down as you continue. So if you what you want to do here is do the math backwards. If you want 10 deals and your close rate is 20%, then you need about 50 qualified opportunities at the top of that funnel. You want to understand your close rate from top to bottom of funnel, as well as at each stage. Top to bottom gives you a good kind of mark on the wall as terms of in terms of a data point, and tracking your close rates year to year, quarter to quarter. But to really get into the nitty gritty, you have to understand how you're closing at each portion of that funnel. Your timeline here depends on your sales cycle length. If you have a short cycle, it can be days to weeks. Um, a more medium cycle would be weeks to month, and then a long cycle, which there's a lot of enterprise, government, et cetera, customers there that can be months or even years. Another term we're going to cover here is sales velocity. This is also really important when you're if you're in retail or consumer goods. Revenue comes down to four levers: the number of deals, the conversion rate, the deal size, and the speed. Improving any of those will improve your revenue. If you want more revenue, don't guess. Pick the weakest lever and work on it, or pick the one that you're strongest and double down on it. This is how you turn a pipeline into a forecast instead of a hope. Having control of those different levers and being able to understand the math will helps you with the predictability. Once a deal is in the pipeline, you have to track it and keep moving. That starts with your CRM and your follow-up. Don't spend a bunch of time and money getting people in the funnel and then not closing them. You want to keep it moving, and don't forget to do your follow-ups with your leads. So again, those four core areas in qualification. Um, we've got qualification, understanding signals versus noise, pipeline and math, and then sales velocity. Okay, so those are the four things that we just talked about. Now let's talk about tracking and follow-up. You must track four things. Who did you talk to? Where are they in the pipeline? What's the next step? And what's the timeline to close them? Early on, a spreadsheet is enough to keep as a tracker. And there's an example spreadsheet that you can download in this module. But as you grow, you want to move to a more formal customer relationship management tool, or CRM, something like HubSpot or Salesforce. You can also build or vibe code your own system. Things like Go High Level are a little bit cheaper. There's a lot of different options, but you really want to get into understand which one of these is built to work for your product and your customer set. Most deals are won in follow-up. People get busy, decisions take time, timing changes, and time kills deals. Follow-up is the necessary skill here. Good follow-up has a clear next step, a reminder of the value, and a consistent cadence. When there's no response, most leads won't respond right away. Run a structured cadence with re-engagement points and a clean exit. Whether this is a text follow-up, phone calls, emails, combination thereof, keeping people on a timely meeting schedule to get through the decision-making points. Bottom line, you don't want to chase forever, but definitely don't give up too early. Track every deal, run a deliberate follow-up cadence. Um, but tracking only helps if your pipeline is staying clean and you're guiding that conversation. So let's talk about both, and certainly, book a call with me if it's something you want to talk more about. Keep the pipeline honest. Keep it clean, remove dead deals, unqualified leads, stalled opportunities. Focus on what you can actually close. A bloated pipeline lies to you and to your investors. Sales is about guiding, not forcing. So ask questions, listen more than you talk, and frame decisions. These people are making an investment with their time and their money, and so you should be treating it as an ROI. Use contrast, good, better, best, to help people choose. The customer should be doing most of the talking. If you're talking most of the time, then you're probably selling wrong. Every one of those conversations is also data. So make sure you're capturing it. Do not let it disappear. Sales is your best source of insight. It's a live feedback loop. Capture those objections, capture points of confusion, patterns that you hear again and again. Feed that straight back into your product, into your messaging, and to your marketing. You'll start to see those conversion rates start to creep up. This is about getting 1% to 2% better every day in every part of this process. It's not an overnight thing. Know the adjacent roles, but sales closes deals. Account management retains and grows customers. Business development drives partnerships and expansions. Some deals won't come from direct sales at all. They'll come from partners, referrals, distribution relationships. And that's what we'll talk about in the next module. Before we get there, let's talk through a few common mistakes here. Oftentimes, chasing unqualified leads can lead you to burn too much time on deals that we're never going to close. Not following up. Most deals live or die in the follow-up, and usually they require 5 to 10 follow-ups. And founders a lot of times will quit too early. Poor tracking. If you can't see where a deal is, then you can't move it. Over talking instead of listening. The customer should do most of the talking, and ignoring the data. The data, the signals, the patterns, they're right in front of you, so use them. We have more data now than we have at any point in running businesses over previous decades. These mistakes are all fixable with the right tools. So here's what to put into place this week. Use the sales pipeline tracker to map your stages and see every deal and its next step. Use the CRM setup guide to stand up your tracking. Start it in a spreadsheet, then graduate to a CRM as you grow. Use follow-up templates to build a consistent cadence with re-engagement points and a clean exit. And then use the qualification framework to score every lead against a real problem, urgency, ability to buy, and decision authority. Pull these from the sales toolkit and set them up this week. Don't read them, install them. Let's bring it together. This module completes your revenue engine: traffic, messaging, conversion, and now sales. You should now understand a sales system is a structured, repeatable process built on the understand, qualify, guide, close, expand backbone, matched to how your customer actually buys. Qualification is the critical skill. Read real signals over happy ears, and a fast no beats a slow maybe. Your pipeline runs on math and velocity, deals and conversion rate, deal size and speed, backed by clean, tracking, disciplined follow-up, and a customer feedback loop. Sales is not random. It's a structured system built around your customer and refined through repetition and data. But some of your best deals won't come from direct selling at all. They'll come from partners, referrals, and distribution relationships that give you leverage. That's what we'll be covering in Module 23, Partnerships and Strategic Alliances. See you there.